Welcome back to the Ancestral Findings podcast. Picture a child who's equally at home running around Hawaiian beaches and sampling new foods on bustling Jakarta streets. This glimpse of youth belongs to Barack Obama, whose life story began long before he took office as the 44th President of the United States. By tracing his family history from Kenya and the American Midwest to his current endeavors, we can see how different cultures and experiences laid the groundwork for his journey, complete with achievements, struggles, and lessons he carries forward. Barack Obama's paternal side is grounded in the Luo community, located in western Kenya near Lake Victoria. His father, Barack Hussein Obama Sr., was born there in 1936. This region is known for its traditions of storytelling and communal support, and from that environment, Obama Sr. developed an early interest in academics, particularly in math and economics. His dedication eventually landed him an opportunity to attend college in the United States, setting the stage for a future no one in his village could have predicted. Arriving on American soil, he pursued his studies at the University of Hawaii. While his ultimate path included both personal challenges and professional achievements, his journey connected the plains of Kenya with the U.S., making history in a way few could have anticipated. On the other side of Obama's ancestry is the American Midwest. His mother, Stanley Ann Dunham, usually called Ann, was born in Wichita, Kansas in 1942. Her parents, Stanley Armour Dunham and Madeline Lee Payne Dunham, had English, Irish, Scottish, Welsh, and German heritage. They were part of a generation that lived through the Great Depression, weathered World War II, and sought stable footing in an era of wide-ranging social shifts. Ann's father, Stanley Armour Dunham, served in the Army and later worked in sales, while Madeline ascended the ranks in banking, eventually becoming a vice president at the Bank of Hawaii. Their choice to relocate to Hawaii introduced a spirit of adaptability, encouraging their daughter and later their grandson to be open to the world's variety of cultures, people, and possibilities. Obama's parents met at the University of Hawaii at Manoa around 1960. Barack Obama Sr. was studying economics, and Ann Dunham was pursuing anthropology. Their union in 1961 and the birth of Barack Obama Jr. on August 4th of that year represented a bond between two distinct cultural landscapes, the lakeside villages of Kenya and the heartland of Kansas. While they soon separated, the convergence of these backgrounds would resonate throughout Obama's life and career, influencing his sense of identity and the global lens through which he viewed social and political issues. Obama spent his early years in Honolulu. Imagine warm trade winds, the sound of ukuleles, and neighborhoods where you hear several languages and see families with blended heritages. That was Obama's normal. His mother encouraged him to read widely and think critically, while his maternal grandparents helped raise him in a home that balanced Midwestern practicality with Hawaiian hospitality. Growing up in a setting that celebrated cultural diversity led him to embrace a broad perspective on life from the start. When Obama was about 6 years old, Ann married an Indonesian student named Lolo Soetoro, and the family relocated to Jakarta. Overnight, Obama found himself navigating a city buzzing with motorbikes, food stalls serving savory satay, and classmates who came from backgrounds far different from those he had known in Hawaii. This period taught him about economic disparities and social differences firsthand, sowing early seeds of empathy that would shape his approach to community and policy down the road. After a few years, Obama returned to Hawaii to live with his grandparents and attend Punahou School. This private institution in Honolulu was known for its academic rigor and diverse student body. It was here that Obama sharpened his writing, thinking, and leadership skills, all while reflecting on the balance of his Kenyan roots, Midwestern family values, and the international experiences of his childhood. Obama graduated from Punahou in 1979 and then headed to the mainland. He began at Occidental College in Los Angeles before transferring to Columbia University in New York City. The hustle and bustle of New York exposed him to fast-paced political discussions and cultural dialogues that broadened his worldview. In 1983, he earned his degree in political science, stepping firmly onto a path that combined academic curiosity with a yearning for social impact. Diploma in hand, Obama chose Chicago's South Side for his next adventure. Working as a community organizer, he joined local churches and grassroots organizations to tackle issues like unemployment and inadequate housing. These experiences planted deeper roots in public service, showing him how policy choices affect individuals on a personal level. It was a real-world education in compassion, negotiation, and incremental change, lessons that would serve him well in politics. Obama entered Harvard Law School in 1988. While there, he made headlines by becoming the first African-American president of the Harvard Law Review, a position that honed his writing skills and caught nationwide attention. Graduating in 1991, he went back to Chicago, working at a civil rights law firm and teaching constitutional law at the University of Chicago. Here, the ideals of justice, fairness, and civic responsibility he'd been forming over the years took more concrete shape. Obama's formal political journey launched when he served in the Illinois State Senate from 1997 to 2004. Representing a district on the South Side, he focused on ethics reform, health care, and tax benefits for low-income families. He developed a reputation for finding common ground across party lines, fueled perhaps by a life spent bridging cultural divides. In 2004, he won a seat in the U.S. Senate after delivering a keynote speech at the Democratic National Convention that resonated well beyond his home state. That speech showcased his ability to tell a story both personal and widely relatable, bringing fresh energy to the national stage. During his Senate term, he served on committees that addressed foreign relations, health care, and labor issues, expanding his view of American policymaking and the global community. Obama entered the 2008 presidential race with a message centered on unity and optimism. Defeating Senator John McCain, he was sworn in on January 20, 2009, becoming the first African American to hold the office. During his 2 terms, he championed the Affordable Care Act, commonly known as Obamacare, sought to revive a struggling economy amid a major recession, and ordered the operation that killed Osama bin Laden. His administration also put forth diplomatic efforts to thaw relations with countries such as Cuba. However, Obama's presidency faced criticism and controversy as well. Some questioned the reach of his executive power, particularly with regard to immigration and the use of drone strikes. Others argued that his health care reforms didn't go far enough or went too far. Racial tensions flared up in the wake of high-profile police shootings, and while Obama spoke candidly on these issues, he sometimes faced frustration from both those wanting more dramatic change and those opposing any shifts in policy. Concluding his second term in 2017, Obama stepped away from the demands of daily governance. Yet he continued his mission of public service by founding the Obama Foundation with his wife, Michelle. The organization supports leadership initiatives, civic engagement programs, and the building of the Obama Presidential Center on Chicago's South Side. Obama also became involved in media production through Higher Ground Productions, releasing documentaries and series focused on storytelling and social awareness. Even in these new pursuits, the imprint of his past remains evident. The Kenyan ancestry, Midwestern influences, Hawaiian upbringing, and global perspective that shaped him. His speeches and public appearances often return to themes of civic responsibility, cross-cultural understanding, and the pursuit of a more inclusive society. Barack Obama's story spans continents and cultures, weaving together a childhood defined by Hawaiian beaches and Indonesian streets, Kenyan roots legacy, and Kansas's pragmatic ethos. Each phase of his life contributed to his outlook, from his earliest memories of family gatherings to his global stage presence as President of the United States. His journey includes notable successes, controversial decisions, and lessons for anyone curious about how family background and personal experience can guide a public figure. Whether hailed as a unifying leader or critiqued for particular policies, Obama remains an example of how roots in vastly different worlds can inform a modern political career. And for those following my Pillars of Power series, Obama's Odyssey offers a window into how upbringing, lineage, and cultural blend can mold a leader who strives, for better or worse, to answer the call of history. Thanks for spending time with me on the Ancestral Findings podcast. I always enjoy sharing these stories, tips, and discoveries with you. If you haven't already, head over to ancestralfindings.com, where you can download a free genealogy ebook, request a free lookup, and of course enter to win the next book giveaway. It's been an incredible journey together since 1995, and your support through these past 29 years means more to me than words can express. I'm so grateful for this wonderful community of genealogy enthusiasts who continue to inspire me every day. Keep up the great work on your family history research, and may your next find be as exciting as your first. Thank you again for being part of this journey, and as always, happy searching.